Have you ever heard the story of a US Navy destroyer that vanished into thin air, only to reappear hundreds of miles away moments later? This isn't science fiction. It's the chilling legend of the Philadelphia experiment. Let's dive into one of history's most enduring military mysteries. The year's 1943. World War II is raging, and the Atlantic Ocean is a deadly hunting ground. German U-boats are devastating Allied shipping, and a technological arms race is underway to gain the upper hand. In the shipyards of Philadelphia, secrecy is paramount. The US Navy is desperate for a way to make their ships invisible to enemy radar, and possibly even to the naked eye. This desperate need for a breakthrough set the stage for one of the strangest events ever reported. According to the legend, on a foggy day in October 1943, the destroyer escort USS Eldridge was moored at the Philadelphia Naval Shipyard, ready for a top-secret test. The goal was to activate a series of powerful electromagnetic generators on board, creating a field so intense it would bend light and radar waves around the ship, rendering it invisible. Witnesses claim that as the generators powered up, a bizarre greenish-blue fog began to swirl around the Eldridge. Then, the impossible happened. The ship, a massive steel vessel over 300 feet long, shimmered and then vanished completely from sight, leaving only an empty space in the water. But the story gets even weirder. Minutes later, the USS Eldridge reportedly materialized hundreds of miles away in Norfolk, Virginia, where it was seen for a few moments by sailors on another ship. Before anyone could make sense of what was happening, it disappeared from Norfolk and reappeared back in the Philadelphia shipyard. The experiment was technically a success. The ship had become invisible, but it had come at a terrifying cost to the crew. When the generators were shut down and the green fog lifted, horrified observers on the shore saw a scene of absolute chaos. Some crew members were completely disoriented, babbling incoherently. Others suffered from severe psychological trauma, as if they'd seen things no human was meant to see. The most disturbing reports claimed that some sailors were found fused into the ship's metal structure, thereby partially embedded in the steel bulkheads and decks, trapped between dimensions. Others were said to have simply burst into flames or vanished forever. The survivors were reportedly sworn to secrecy, their minds and bodies forever scarred by what they had experienced. For years, the Philadelphia experiment was just a rumor whispered among sailors. But in the 1950s, the story exploded into the public consciousness, thanks to a man named Carl Allen. He sent a series of strange, rambling letters to an astronomer and UFO researcher named Maurice K. Jasup. Allende claimed he had witnessed the entire event from a nearby merchant ship and provided these disturbing details about the crew. He also claimed that the Navy knew all about Albert Einstein's unified field theory and was trying to weaponize it, adding another layer of mystery. A copy of Jessup's book, The Case for the UFO, was mysteriously sent to the Office of Naval Research. It was filled with handwritten notes in 3 different colors, discussing advanced propulsion, invisibility, and teleportation in great detail. The notes seemed to confirm Allende's story, and the Navy was so intrigued that they actually published a limited run of this annotated version. But soon after, Maurice Jasup was found dead in his car, a case ruled a suicide, though many believed he was silenced for getting too close to the truth. So, what really happened that day? Let's look at the theories. The first theory is that this was a real, but misunderstood, electromagnetic experiment. The Navy has always officially denied that the Philadelphia experiment ever took place. However, they do admit to conducting experiments with this was a real technology used to wrap a ship in a magnetic field to make it invisible to German magnetic mines that were a huge threat at the time. Could witnesses have seen the degaussing equipment with its thick cables and generators and let their imaginations run wild, creating a story of invisibility and teleportation? It's possible that the green glow was simply an electrical phenomenon like St. Elmo's fire, which is common on ships at sea. Another theory centers on the name Project Rainbow, which has become synonymous with the Philadelphia experiment. This was allegedly the official code name for the Invisibility Project. Supporters of this theory believe that the Navy has kept the files on Project Rainbow classified for decades, hiding the true nature of their wartime research. They argued that the lack of official documentation is not proof it didn't happen, but rather proof of how successful the cover-up has been. Did the military stumble upon something far more advanced than they were prepared for and immediately bury it? Then we have the more extreme theories. Could the experiment have accidentally ripped a hole in space-time? The idea of teleportation through a wormhole, or by bending the fabric of reality, sounds like something out of Star Trek, not a 1940s naval project. Yet, this is what some believe happened. They argue that the powerful electromagnetic fields generated by the Eldridge didn't just bend light, but bent space and time itself, sending the ship on its instantaneous journey to Norfolk and back. If Thesis through, it would mean humanity had access to physics far beyond our current understanding, even today. Of course, the most straightforward explanation is that the entire story is a hoax. The U.S. Navy has consistently stated that the USS Eldridge was never even in Philadelphia in October 1943. Ship logs, which are meticulous records of a vessel's location and activities, reportedly show the ship was on its shakedown cruise in the Bahamas at the time. The key witness, Carlos Allende, was later revealed to be a drifter with a history of mental health challenges, and he eventually confessed to making the whole thing up. Perhaps the story was just a sailor's told tale that got amplified over the years, fueled by Cold War paranoia and a public fascination with secret government projects and UFOs. And yet, the story of the Philadelphia experiment refuses to die. Why has this legend survived for over 80 years, despite official denials and a lack of hard evidence? Why did some people, including a few who claim to be former sailors, insist until their dying day that they witnessed or were part of the event? Could the official ship logs have been falsified to cover up the truth? Was the Navy conducting a different, but equally strange, experiment that day? And the story of the Eldridge became a distorted version of the real events. The lines between fact, fiction, and conspiracy are incredibly blurred. While we may never know for certain what happened in the Philadelphia Naval Shipyard, the legend raises fascinating questions. We know that modern stealth technology for aircraft and ships uses advanced materials and designs to avoid radar. Could the origins of this technology be traced back to these shadowy experiments from World War II? The story forces us to wonder what other secrets are still hidden in classified military archives, waiting to be discovered. What do you believe? Was the Philadelphia experiment a real, terrifying event that bent the laws of physics? Was it a misunderstood military procedure, or simply a brilliant and enduring hoax? Let me know your theories in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, be sure to like and subscribe for more mysteries.